Kenny, a good start to the season with your new club. Are you feeling fresh and ready to go?
Yeah, it was a fantastic result for us. Tough place to go. It was didn't get much tougher in your first game, but it was a good performance for the boys and a fantastic result to get us underway.
You've moved clubs so many times. You're probably used to hitting the ground running, but are you pleased how quickly you got off the mark with Cardiff? And it's good news for the international team as well.
Yeah, it was like I said. It's always as a forward. It's always nice to get a goal on your debut. I mean, it was a tough game. I mean, it was my actual first start of the season. There, I only played. I think it's only been about an hour of football before that game, so it wasn't ideal. But 90 minutes under the belt and managed to get a wee goal and a fantastic win for the team.
Do you feel fully fit then if you've not been playing?
Yeah, I feel good. I'm fresh. I mean, obviously at this stage of the season, everybody's still kind of finding their feet. It's going to take a few games before they're right up to speed. But obviously these games are. The quicker they come, the better for me.
There's been a lot of managers in England complaining about this international week. International managers can't do anything about it, but is it a good match for the players involved, or is it a bit of an awkward one, given it's the start of the season?
Well, obviously the timing it has always been a topic up for debate, but it gives us this last game to prepare for the very important qualifiers next month. So it's going to serve a purpose for us.
Is it fair to say that this Denmark team is almost a perfect template for the Czech Republic, and given how important the Czech game is, it's vital that Scotland play well and get a decent result?
Well, I'm sure that's why the managers took it. It doesn't just pick these games at random. He'll look into it, and like you say, it gives us a chance to prepare properly for that game, which, as long as the other results go our way, could be a crucial one.
To what extent do you see a sort of a fresh competition for a place at the top now? You see the guys in the 21s doing well. David Goodwill just got to move down to the Premier League. Do you see a new batch of strikers sort of pushing you for that start?
Well, there always is. I mean, there's always been lads that are in the squad that are more than capable of playing in any of the positions. But obviously, me being a forward, you've got Craig McHale-Smith, who's been absolutely on fire the last few years, and he's got his move, and you've got Goody coming into it as well, who's just earned his move after 2-3 fantastic seasons up in Scotland. So there is lads there. Nazy can play up front as well. He's been playing up front for Rangers and scoring goals as well. So we've got a lot of options, which only bodes well that lads are playing and scoring.
How strong is this squad now then, in light of those guys coming through and adding to what was already there?
Yeah, I think we've been progressing well. I think the manager will be really happy about what he's seen in the last kind of year. We've come on leaps and bounds, I think, and the performance, particularly in the Ireland Cup there, were particularly pleasing, not just for the manager. I mean, the players, when you speak to the boys, they enjoyed playing the games. We played some really good stuff, and albeit it's only friendlies, but like I said before, they serve a purpose in preparing us properly for these important qualifiers next month.
Obviously, you spoke about your desire to get to a major championship previously. Do games like this take on more significance for you now, as you know that the warming up for the qualifiers coming up and maybe times against you?
No, obviously, I mean, there's a few lads, and I've read Big Gaz was just talking about it this morning in the press about maybe his time's running out for him as well. But these games are always at this time of year. They serve the purpose. It is going to be your last get together with the national team to prepare you for important qualifiers, which come in September, October. So that's what the manager will be looking on. I'm sure the players will be looking forward to the game, and it'll be good for us if we can go in and get a good result, and it'll be a nice wee build-up game for the games next month.
How does the Kenny Miller who comes back from Turkey compare to the one who went out there? Are you a different player, more experienced guy off the park, maybe more football? No,
to be honest, I mean, I still feel like I'm the same player. Obviously, across there, it was a different style of football I had to adapt to, but I got a introduction back into the British style of football on Sunday. Against West Ham, it was a tough game. It was hustle and bustle for start to finish, and it was again, I say it was a good game to get involved in.
You said the manager's got options. Is this the type of game tomorrow night that he should be trying new options, or should he be sticking to his?
Well, you know, ask the gaffer when he comes in next. It's up to him. And obviously, again, it is our last chance to prepare. So I'm sure he'll be using that in whatever way he wants to use it.
From your point of view, obviously up front, would you be interested in, like, for example, having Dave Goodwill, who really thinks to you, as opposed to some of the partners you've had in the past?
Again, that's a question for the manager. I mean, whatever he feels, what formation he wants to play, he'll play it. And if it means two up front, then I'd be happy to play. If it means one up front, obviously I want to have that role as well. So I think the way I've been playing recently, I think you've seen the kind of shape we've been taking on the last 4 or 5 games, and I'm sure we'll not deviate for that too much.
Kenny, personally, you feel a lot more settled actually back now?
Yeah, I'm over the moon. Absolutely delighted to be back, and it's I say it couldn't have got off to a better start on Sunday, and just got to look to build on that. It's going to be a long season, but it's one I'm looking forward to, and over the moon to be back with Cardiff.
Do you have any regrets about going into Turkey?
No, not at all. I mean, it's in hindsight, it's a wonderful thing. If you look back and I knew what it was going to be like, then I might not have went. But it was an option at the table, and at the time, and I wanted a change, and I thought I would just go for it. And like I say, when the football enjoyed, there's a lot of things at the club that were really good. The people were really friendly and welcoming, and tried their best to make it better than what it was. Like it turned out for me, but when you've got problems with your family, the situation has to be addressed, and for me there was only one outcome of it.
Do you think you've joined a club that's really on the up and will be in the Premier League?
Well, I hope so. We've got a fantastic young manager who is getting the required response for the players at the moment. It's a long, hard season in that championship, and our 45 league games to go, so we've got a long way to go, but we've got off to a fantastic start. I mean, there'll be a lot of teams will go to Upton Park and win. And if we can build on that, we've got a couple of home games coming up, then it's always important to get off to a good start, and you never know.
Your old striker partner Chris Boyd is now gone to Turkey. What advice would you have for him? How do you see him faring out?
Well, I spoke to him before he signed, and I spoke to him after he signed, and he seems quite happy how things have been going early at the early part of it. I mean, for me, there was a few issues that just couldn't be resolved. I mean, I hope for Chris, for his sake, it is going to turn out better. But again, speaking to him, he seems pretty happy enough how things are going at the moment.
He says he can score goals over there and has aims of getting back in this squad. Do you see him capable of doing that, having something still to offer?
Of course he has. I mean, a player like Boyd is, I mean, they're few and far between. The people who make scoring goals look easy. I mean, I know he's maybe had a rough kind of year or so down at Middlesbrough, but this might be a chance for him to go across and get playing again, get scoring goals, and if he's doing that, I'm sure this door's no close for him.